going on, everybody? This is Brian. I own a marketing agency that I'm working on shutting parts of it down so I can lean more into teaching business owners how to create their own content and doing strategy work for companies as it comes around. Um, so today we're going to do a little bit of limiting belief breaking, and a lot of it's going to be surrounding um, recording yourself, creating your own content. And again, the concept of creating content isn't just limited to video, but typically that's people's entry point. And so that's where we're sitting is we're going to talk about learning how to record yourself, why business owners need to know the basics of it, and what money you're leaving on the table. Um, because I think what's happening is there's a lot of beliefs around what it actually takes to sit down and start recording content to drive business to yourself. And so I want to break a couple of those beliefs here. Okay. And so today's episode is officially the hidden cost of not creating content as a business owner. All right. So here's the thing. Everybody thinks this game is TikToks and trends and whatever's hot this week. The real leverage is simple, y'all. You turn on the camera and communicate value with intent. Now, that value can be information that helps people solve a problem that they've been dealing with. It could be entertainment. You can make somebody smile and you're providing value to their day. And I think we overestimate how much value we need to deliver for somebody to want to engage with us. Okay. If short form content is supposedly king, why are so many business owners still broke, invisible, and unknown online? It's because they're posting randomly with no system behind it. They're just putting things, firing things off into the ether and seeing what sticks. And typically when you get started, that's where you are. I mean, we all have to have a starting point somewhere. We all start at a certain area. And so the reality is, once you get used to the concept of posting, then you got to put a schedule behind it. But I'm going to say it straight. If you keep acting like creating content for your business is optional, while people are passing, like you can't keep acting like this. Okay. Um, Acting like this is an option or acting like this is something that you can get to next week, acting like you need this entire rig set up and this professionalism and stuff. You don't really need that. Realistically, you just need to show that there's an actual human being, a real life human being behind your business. Um, that's what people are looking for. I talked about it last week. Um, there's a lot of lost faith with faceless brands, um, and it's not for no reason. Um, we're seeing faceless brands that are getting these class action lawsuits for poisoning people, recalls every single week. There's never anybody that comes on TV and says, "Hey, we apologize for this thing." It's always, "Yes, the company recalled blah blah blah," and you never see any representative for the country or from the company. Okay. And so while the people aren't passing you up are smarter and more talented, they're just showing up. Like the people that are the business owners that have kind of figured out a content strategy for themselves, they don't know some magic thing that you don't know. They're just showing up consistently. Okay. So here's the payoff. The payoff is real. Recording yourself builds authority and trust and reach faster than almost anything else. Most social media right now is super video centric, incredibly video centric. And so if you take advantage of the fact that they are giving priority to video, you can see outcomes that your regular posts aren't going to get. Your text-based posts, your graphics-based posts aren't just going to get. And so it builds authority, trust, reach faster than anything else you can do right now. And clear content leads to consistent messaging. Consistent messaging leads. It leads to people building that trust with you, and it turns into predictable customers. You are not trying to be an influencer. And so I need y'all to understand this. The path of an influencer is different than the path of a business owner. Okay. Now, the most successful influencers treat their influencing career like a business. And so they're actually taking elements that business ownership and incorporating them into their workflow. But you are not trying to become one of these influencers on there. You're trying to build a revenue engine for yourself. Look at this like building marketing assets that you could always go back to. They're always evergreen. You can go back and repost ones that have been successful. You can recut ones that have been successful and try different approaches. There's so many different things. Once you build the asset, you can use it forever. Okay. It's not just marketing, it's creating an asset for yourself. Okay. This isn't a personality contest, right? A 60-second video can turn into an email, a post, an ad, something on your landing page, a sales tool, conversation starter. It can answer a specific question that clients normally have. You can demonstrate value immediately. You can prove immediately that you are delivering value. Okay. And I think that's the piece that people aren't really grasping. It doesn't take a heck of a whole lot. All right. And so while you're overthinking it, a lot of competitors are already doing this, even if you haven't noticed it yet. Right. So here's the thing. Typically, the reasons why I hear people not wanting to jump into this game, jump into and take advantage of what social media has to offer while it's free. Gary Vee talks about this a lot. But the reason why people don't take advantage of what social media is offering while it's free is, well, you don't know what to say on camera, so you don't say anything. You don't know how to structure content, so none of it converts. You've convinced yourself that you need all the expensive gear, and really all you need is a repeatable pattern. For the longest time, I was shooting most of my content with this little $60 webcam that I got used on Amazon. Nobody knew the difference. And you're waiting for the right moment. You're waiting for that time, when the perfect time, when the stars align and everything is harmonious. And that moment never dies. That moment never, ever comes. Okay. You're going to be waiting forever because it's never going to be the right time. You're never going to feel 100% comfortable doing this stuff, guys. It's not going to happen. All right. So looks like I got comments in the chat. What's up? What's up? So here's the thing. You have everything you need to get started. And understand this, when you first start, part of it is a lot of people aren't going to see your stuff. You're rewarded with consistency, and you're rewarded with reach as you get more consistent. This audience that you're worried about judging you they're probably not going to see your stuff when you first start. You're just getting the repetitions in. Okay. So I created a community called the Content to Cash Machine. This is kind of a plug for it, but not really. The reason why I built that is because I want people to get started. I want to remove the excuse. I'm trying to shorten the path. Typically, on a regular week, I'll have a 3-day sprint where you get a single prompt that you build a video around, and we go through the process of scripting and recording our first draft and recording our final draft and then posting. And we try to do that in 3 days. We're shortening that chain, so you have a smaller look back window where you can get critical of your stuff. Okay. So in the Content to Cash Machine, I try to build the habits of recording consistently. This is probably this week. It's Thursday. This is probably my 9th time being on camera. Okay. And so I'm used to it. I'm not comfortable. I don't like the sound of my voice. I don't always like how the lighting hits me. But I'm here, and it's building the muscle. Okay. So the Content to Cash Machine builds your message into a clear, compelling, monetizable system. Because once you build it as a system, you can take the thinking out of it. Once you have a system for content and a reason why you show up, it eliminates overthinking with weekly prompts, structures, and I got templates. I got all kinds of materials in there, from things that help you determine what social media platform you need to be on, to AI prompts that you can use, just all kinds of stuff. Plus, I'm in there and I can answer questions, and I've answered questions for people that are in the paid community. And it turns your raw videos into a marketing ecosystem. Here's the thing. People connect with authenticity. They don't necessarily want to see your polished, cleanly edited, perfectly color corrected videos with perfect lower thirds and all that other stuff. Um, because we're getting into this age where people are repelled by anything that looks like a commercial. Okay. I talked about this on a live stream with Brian Gesser from 531 Labs. I think it was last week. These kids, my kids don't ever want to watch a commercial. Like they have no interest in seeing a commercial at any point ever. And if it looks like a commercial, instantly they're turning the channel. They don't care what it's for. They don't care if it's a movie trailer. They don't want to see commercials. But they will consume a bajillion commercials if it looks like regular content. And they don't necessarily understand that that's the game that's being played. Okay. Um, it's an operating system for business owners who want traction. You're not chasing clout. You're not chasing the virality. Virality is good if you have a system to make it into something. There are people out there who have turned viral videos into full blown business assets for them. Okay, and so the biggest benefit is you're creating content that's ready to draw cash to you on day one. And it will be on day one, it'll be on day two, day four, day 368. Okay. So the content to cash machine works by we start with this prompt. And really the prompts are just to start getting you in the concept of recording. There's another class that I have that actually has more frameworks and stuff that's a little bit more nuanced and detailed. But really, I want you to start building the muscle. Okay. That's what's important to me. I want you to start building your recording muscles, start building your voice, building how you deliver stuff on camera and things along those lines, how you're delivering value to your clients. And a lot of times it doesn't even have to be you being a talking head. If you are operating a business where there's kids or pets or animals and stuff like that, you could just or food, you could just show behind the scenes, and people are fascinated with the behind the scenes goings on businesses that they support. Okay, but how the machine works, we have the recording prompt, the single prompt, low friction. We're not worried about perfection. And then we put it through a system that we call hook. The hook is going to be your prompt. Point, why we're here. Story, give a little story around it, and then a call to action. Okay, that's the HPSA framework. Something I've created for myself. It helps me create videos quickly. Okay, so step one, prompt. Step two, extract the message, find the core idea, the pain point, the benefit point. And then we're going to multiply that asset. Once we get it recorded, we can do it long form and cut it in smaller clips. And that can go into posts, that can go to emails, that can go to ads, and then deploy everywhere that you're present and see which one returns the best. Okay. And then we convert by using calls to action, which we're telling our clients exactly what we want them to do. If you're interested in this, the number's there, give us a call. Here's the link, schedule a one-on-one, click the link to shoot us an email. That's what it is. Okay. So we try to figure out CTAs that will match your business model and move people towards buying. It's simple. It's a machine. This is not just somewhere that you join for vibes. Okay. Now, here are the typical boilerplate excuses. And I've already gone through a couple of them. I don't like how I look or sound. That's everybody. There are models and people who make their career out of being in front of camera that a lot of them do not like their voice and they don't like how they look. It's just a natural human condition. Okay. Your customers don't care. They care about you providing clarity and solving a problem for them or providing some kind of value, whether it be a quick tip or just entertainment to bring a smile to their face. Okay. I'm not comfortable on camera. Repetition fixes that. Nothing else will. You're not going to meditate your way into being comfortable on camera. It just happens through repetition. Okay. I don't know what to talk about. We provide you prompts. And realistically, guys, there are AI tools that will absolutely help you put out outlines and structure your thoughts around concepts and calls to action, so you could take that level of thinking out of it, and you can already have a outline or script already ready to go. I don't have time. Do you have time to make money? um or and here's the thing. So this is not even on my notes, but I'm throwing that out there. If you're a business owner with a teenager in your life, hire them to record TikTok for you, or hire them to record reels for you, and pay them. You will have your most loyal employee ever. I get paid to make social media posts. I get paid to be a TikToker. Sign me up. I mean, if you have a teenager in your life, you could absolutely hire them to help you out with some of this stuff. If you don't want to be on camera, find somebody in your business that's a little bit more comfortable with it and make them the face of your brand. Okay. Back to my notes, but those are quick fixes for that. I don't want to be an influencer. Good. You're here to make money, not get likes. You're here to make money. So if you want to make sales, you don't have to be an influencer. You just got to put a face to your brand that people can identify. On to the next. And there's a real world impact. Restaurants that have a engaging social media strategy that's video driven content. They can post videos on a slow Tuesday on Monday when they know Tuesdays are slow to bring people in through one short video. Coaches and consultants that use social media and their social media platform to provide a lot of value to the people that are watching them, and have a little simple call to action, and people can book for one-on-one coaching. Okay. Small business that becomes a local authority just by showing up every single day. I can't tell you how many businesses I know that end up on the news as the experts just because they are present. They have a good following on social media, and people engage with their video content, and they end up becoming the experts. It's free advertising. You land on the news because they're looking for experts in the industry. You show up, your name is already in front of all these people. Okay. And it's not on a commercial that people normally skip. It's on the news broadcast that they're tuning in to watch. Okay. It works in every industry because people buy from people they actually see. Okay. The example I can think of is the Campbell Soups debacle that happened, where one of the heads of the company put his foot in his mouth about the product, and the only face people had to associate with Campbell Soup is his face, and he's talking negatively about the product. You do not know how much damage that possibly did to their bottom line. We'll probably see a dip if you watch their quarterly sales call, if you're into the stock market side of things. Okay. So here's the challenge. If you can record one video that clearly sells your value, you can change the trajectory of your business. I earnestly believe that. But the window is closing. Organic reach is the play right now. And unfortunately, social media platforms are getting hip to the game. And so they are finding ways to try to monetize your organic reach. Organic reach means unboosted posts, things that aren't ads, things you post on there that draw eyeballs to it that you're not paying for. Okay. I'm not saying the market is saturated. I'm saying take advantage of this organic stuff while it's still free. Okay. And if you're not starting today, when are you going to start? You're going to wait till New Year's? I already did a video about why I think New Year's resolutions are BS. Okay. I think the best time to start is now. The second best time to start is 30 seconds from now. Okay. So what exactly are you waiting for? All right. So if you need help, if you want a community that's going to provide some guidance and provide some frameworks and tools that you can use, join the Content to Cash Machine. I'm probably going to be shutting down my lifetime access and just go on my monthly payment arrangement, where every single month, a certain amount, but you're present in the community. You get coaching. Basically, you're getting consulting. Like, you're getting a lot of the stuff that I do for my consulting clients. You'll have direct access to me to ask me questions, get feedback. Okay. I got courses in there. I got courses about copywriting and writing to sell. I got courses about lighting and sound and video. And I'm constantly putting stuff in there. All right. And I'm thinking about possibly putting my entire master list of prompts of social of content creation prompts for business owners within the community. Okay. So, like I said, you don't really have time. Like, you don't have time to waste, guys. The people that are sitting in, if you're a small business, the people that you see that are out there always on social media, the reason why they are constantly making videos is because the videos deliver clients to their door. It works. Okay, that's all. That's the reality. So start recording today. Start getting the repetitions in, and you'll start earning sooner than you think. Okay. I do appreciate your time. Stop hesitating. Don't do this New Year's stuff where I'm gonna start beginning of the year. Because what happens is your present self ends up making promises that your future self has no intention on keeping. And typically, when we do New Year's resolutions, we're not changing one thing, we're changing 4 or 5. And every additional thing that you add that you want to change makes life a lot harder. Your brain wants to go back to whatever its baseline or normal is. And you're trying to make these huge swings, huge life changes all on one day. So why not just start today? Why not start building the repetition, and so that your brain is used to doing the video thing today? So you're not trying to do this on New Year's. Guys, appreciate y'all. This has been Brian with the Unstuck Sessions. Stop waiting. Get started today. I can help. If you're interested, jump in. I do have a free community on Facebook. It's called the same thing, Content to Cash Machine. If you're interested, I will put the link in the show in the description for that, so that you can join the free community. And then if you're interested, you can jump in the paid community. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.